History whispers of empires rising and falling, their echoes reverberating through the annals of time. These ancient civilizations, with their grandiose ambitions and monumental achievements, have left indelible marks on the world. From the towering pyramids of Egypt to the sprawling ruins of Rome, each stone tells a story of power, ambition, and the relentless march of history. But behind the curtain of time, a different drama unfolds. It's a drama not just of battles and conquests, but of intricate political maneuvers and strategic gambits. In the shadows of history, away from the glaring spotlight of wars and revolutions, lies a theatre where the stakes are just as high, if not higher. This is the theatre of political games, a stage where the actors are not just warriors, but statesmen, diplomats, and spies. Here, decisions made in the quiet of council chambers can have repercussions that echo across continents and centuries. The grand halls of power have witnessed debates that shape the destinies of nations. Where emperors whisper, spies lurk, and secrets are traded like currency. The corridors of power are rife with intrigue, where every word, every gesture can be a move in a larger game. Advisors and confidants play crucial roles, their counsel often determining the course of history. And kings gamble with the fate of nations. In the medieval courts, decisions were often made over games of chance, where the roll of a dice or the turn of a card could symbolize the unpredictable nature of political fortunes. These rulers, with their grand ambitions, often found themselves at the mercy of forces beyond their control. Imagine a world where survival hinges on outwitting your rivals, where every move is calculated and every decision is a gamble. The game of chess, with its intricate strategies and tactical maneuvers, serves as a perfect metaphor for the political landscape of the past. Each piece on the board represents a player in the grand game of power, where a single misstep can topple dynasties and redraw maps. The fall of a castle, the collapse of an empire, these events are not just historical footnotes, but pivotal moments that reshape the world. The shifting boundaries on ancient maps tell tales of conquests and defeats, of alliances forged and broken. This is not a game for the faint of heart. It requires nerves of steel and a mind as sharp as a blade. The intense political debates, the preparations for battle, all these elements combine to create a high-stakes environment where only the most cunning and strategic minds can thrive. This is the high-stakes arena of power, where fortunes are won and lost, and the fate of entire nations hangs in the balance. The global chessboard, with its ever-shifting pieces, represents the complex and dynamic nature of political power. Each move, each decision can have far-reaching consequences, played out on a global chessboard where the players are not just individuals but entire nations. The animated maps with their moving pieces illustrate the fluid nature of political alliances and rivalries. The historical figures, each with their own ambitions and agendas, navigate this intricate web of power. From the sun-drenched shores of the Mediterranean, where ancient civilizations thrived and traded, to the bustling ports and sea routes that connected the world. The Mediterranean, with its rich history and cultural exchanges, serves as a backdrop for many of these political dramas. To the opulent courts of Renaissance Europe, where art, culture, and politics intertwined. The palaces, with their lavish interiors and grand banquets, were not just centers of power, but also hubs of cultural and intellectual exchange. The nobles and courtiers, with their intricate social dynamics, played crucial roles in the political landscape. The thirst for power has fueled some of history's most captivating stories. The battle scenes, with their dramatic clashes and heroic deeds, are just one aspect of this larger narrative. The powerful rulers, addressing their courts and making decisions that would shape the future, are central figures in this ongoing drama. These tales of intrigue and cunning offer a glimpse into the minds of those who shaped our world. The archival footage, the strategy meetings, all these elements provide insights into the thought processes and motivations of historical figures. Their decisions, their strategies have left lasting legacies. They reveal the timeless dance between ambition, strategy, and the relentless pursuit of dominance. The dance of nobility, with its intricate steps and movements, serves as a metaphor for the political maneuvers and strategies that have defined history. The animated maps, with their arrows and movements, illustrate the dynamic nature of these political games and the relentless pursuit of dominance. The intense political discussions, the preparations for battle, all these elements highlight the ongoing struggle for power and control. The historical figures, with their ambitions and strategies, are central players in this grand game. Fasten your seatbelts and prepare to journey through time as we uncover the secrets of the great political games. The time-lapse of historical events, the journey through landmarks, all these elements combine to create a rich tapestry of history. Join us as we delve into the intricate and fascinating world of political power. As we uncover the secrets of the great political games, we will explore the strategies, the ambitions, and the relentless pursuit of power that have shaped our world. The ancient scrolls, the political meetings, all these elements provide a window into the minds of those who have played the game of power throughout history. Join us on this journey through time and witness the grand narratives that have defined our past. The year is 1453. The world stands on the brink of a monumental shift, a turning point that will echo through the annals of history. The Byzantine Empire, once a beacon of power and culture, now faces its greatest challenge. The city of Constantinople, the heart of this ancient empire, is under siege. The air is thick with tension, and the fate of an entire civilization hangs in the balance. Constantinople, the jewel of the Byzantine Empire, a city of immense strategic and cultural significance, stands defiant against a relentless Ottoman siege. Its walls, once thought impregnable, are now the last line of defense against an empire hungry for conquest. The Ottoman forces, led by the young and ambitious Sultan Mehmed II, employ innovative siege tactics and relentless pressure. The clash of swords, the roar of cannons, and the cries of soldiers fill the air as the city braces for what seems like an inevitable fall. Mehmed II, the ambitious Ottoman Sultan, has his eyes on the prize, the conquest of this legendary city. His vision is clear: to make Constantinople the new capital of his burgeoning empire, a symbol of his power and legacy. But within Constantinople's walls, Emperor Constantine XI plots a desperate defense. He knows that brute force alone will not save his city. Instead, he relies on cunning diplomacy as much as military might, seeking to outmaneuver his formidable opponent. He knows that the fate of his empire hangs in the balance. Every decision, every strategy is a gamble with the highest stakes. The city's defenders, though outnumbered and outgunned, fight with a tenacity born of desperation and hope. Constantine deploys a web of alliances, playing European powers against each other. He reaches out to old friends and former foes alike, seeking any advantage that might tip the scales in his favor. The political landscape of Europe is a complex chessboard, and Constantine is determined to be its master. He promises concessions, hints at religious unity, and masterfully exploits the rivalries that simmered within the Ottoman court itself. His envoys travel far and wide, carrying messages of hope and desperation, seeking to forge alliances that could turn the tide of war. Every envoy dispatched, every treaty signed, is a calculated move in a deadly game of survival. The stakes are nothing less than the survival of a civilization, and Constantine plays his hand with skill and determination. For months, the city holds, a testament to the power of political maneuvering in the face of overwhelming odds. The defenders of Constantinople, inspired by their emperor's resolve, fight on with unwavering courage. The city's walls, though battered and scarred, stand as a symbol of resistance and hope. As the siege drags on, the world watches with bated breath, knowing that the outcome will shape the future of empires and the course of history itself. The 20th century ushered in a new era of political gamesmanship, the Cold War. This period, spanning from the end of World War II in 1945 to the dissolution of the Soviet Union in 1991, was marked by a tense and often perilous standoff between two superpowers, the United States and the Soviet Union. Unlike traditional wars, the Cold War was characterized by a lack of direct military conflict between the two nations. Instead, it was a war of ideologies, espionage, and proxy battles fought in various corners of the globe. The battle lines were drawn not on blood-soaked fields, but in the shadows, where covert operations and intelligence gathering became the primary tools of warfare. Espionage was the name of the game, and both sides invested heavily in their intelligence agencies. The CIA and the KGB became household names, synonymous with the cloak and dagger operations that defined this era. Spies, double agents, and informants operated in a world of secrecy, where a single piece of information could tip the balance of power, where spies played a deadly game of cat and mouse. The stakes were incredibly high, and the consequences of being caught were often dire. Espionage was not just about gathering information, it was about deception, manipulation, and sometimes even assassination. Spy gadgets, from hidden cameras to encrypted communication devices, became essential tools of the trade. The world of espionage was a dangerous and unpredictable one, where trust was a rare commodity. The United States and the Soviet Union, locked in an ideological struggle, transformed the world into a chessboard. Every move was calculated, every decision weighed for its potential impact on the global stage. Leaders like John F. Kennedy, Nikita Khrushchev, Ronald Reagan, and Mikhail Gorbachev became key players in this high-stakes game. Their decisions could lead to either a peaceful resolution or a catastrophic escalation. The world watched with bated breath as these leaders navigated the treacherous waters of Cold War diplomacy. Every move, from covert operations in far-flung countries to propaganda campaigns that swayed public opinion, was meticulously calculated. The Cold War was not just fought in the shadows, but also in the hearts and minds of people around the world. Propaganda became a powerful weapon used to shape perceptions and influence public opinion. Both sides produced films, posters, and newsreels that portrayed the other as the enemy, creating a climate of fear and suspicion. Covert operations from coups to assassinations were carried out with the aim of destabilizing the opponent and gaining a strategic advantage. This was a world of double agents, coded messages, and high-stakes defections. Double agents played a particularly dangerous game, feeding information to both sides while trying to avoid detection. Coded messages, often transmitted via radio or through dead drops, were a common method of communication. Defections, where individuals would switch allegiances and provide valuable intelligence to the other side, were highly prized. These defections could provide crucial insights into the enemy's plans and capabilities, making them a significant coup for the receiving side. The stakes were higher than ever before. The threat of nuclear annihilation loomed large, a chilling reminder of the potential consequences of miscalculation. The development and stockpiling of nuclear weapons added a terrifying dimension to the Cold War. The concept of mutually assured destruction, MAD, meant that any direct conflict between the superpowers could lead to total annihilation. This constant threat of nuclear war cast a long shadow over the entire period, influencing both military strategies and diplomatic negotiations. Anti-nuclear protests and movements emerged, reflecting the widespread fear and opposition to the potential for global catastrophe. The Cold War was a time when the fate of the world often rested on the shoulders of intelligence operatives working in the shadows, their every move shrouded in secrecy. These unsung heroes and villains played a crucial role in shaping the course of history. Their actions, whether successful or not, had far-reaching consequences that could alter the balance of power. The Cold War may have been a silent theater, but its echoes are still felt today, reminding us of a time when the world teetered on the brink of destruction. The Italian Renaissance was a period of unparalleled artistic flourishing, but beneath the surface of beauty and enlightenment, a ruthless game of power was being played. The Medici family, bankers who rose to become the de facto rulers of Florence, understood that true power lay not only in wealth but in influence. They were masters of manipulation, using their vast fortunes to control elections, buy loyalty, and silence their enemies. The Medici were patrons of the arts, commissioning masterpieces that glorified their family and cemented their image as enlightened rulers. But their patronage was also a calculated political tool, a way to project power, curry favor, and shape public perception. They understood that art could be a weapon as powerful as any sword, capable of swaying hearts and minds. No exploration of political gamesmanship would be complete without mentioning Niccolò Machiavelli, the notorious Florentine philosopher whose writings became a handbook for rulers across Europe. His most famous work, The Prince, offered a brutally honest and often chilling guide to acquiring and maintaining power. Machiavelli argued that in the realm of politics, the ends justified the means. A ruler, he insisted, must be willing to set aside morality and embrace ruthlessness if he wished to succeed. The Prince became a lightning rod for controversy, condemned by some as a cynical treatise on tyranny and embraced by others as a pragmatic guide to navigating the treacherous waters of politics. Whether lauded or loathed, Machiavelli's work remains a testament to the enduring power of political strategy and the timeless allure of power itself.